Hi everyone. This is Maggie Ostara, and we have a sacral session for generators and manifesting generators and those who love them today to help understand awakening and listening to the sacral response. Hello. Hi, Anastasia. Great. I'm glad this worked out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So you kind of see how we're rolling, right?
Yeah.
So how is it for you as of right now feeling your sacral?
Um, I still have that question. Like I understand the part of it intellectually, and I do that. I make those sounds, but I still am searching for where it's located somatically, like belly, yoni, sacrum. Like I'm still trying to like search out like where is it arising from, and some sort of somatic connection or tie. Um,
Well, so here's the thing. If you're getting responses readily that you feel are not coming from your head to questions, then that's all you really need.
mhm.
Because when I hear you say I'm searching out where it is, that sounds very mental, even though you're asking for a somatic experience. It's coming from this mind desire.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't actually feel it coming out of my sacral.
Mm.
You know, the thing is I'm very embodied. And so I just get it out of my body. It's not like I feel it coming from my sacral. The reason I encourage people to do that is most people are not as embodied as I am, and they're more in their head. So if you're in your body and, you know, you can get the responses. And sometimes when things are really strong, I get a full body response. It's
Oh,
not just a sacral thing.
okay. That's
Does that make
helpful.
does
Yeah,
that
it's
yeah.
helpful because I do a lot of embodiment practices too. And so I definitely feel a somatic thing, but I've done also a lot of really detailed somatic work, like going into tiny little areas of my body. And so that's where I was
Yeah.
doing. So I like that idea of it. Just, it can be, full body, because
Yeah.
that I can
Yeah.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the main thing, especially if you are really embodied and you've got these practices, you are in touch with your body wisdom.
Mhm.
And so, and do you have a defined spleen? I'm not looking at your chart.
No.
No, okay. Sometimes people, like I have a defined spleen, and sometimes, I think actually even on the printout of my chart, it says that my authority is splenic awareness, because that's intuition, right? Because I have the 57. And so it's like, you know, is it my intuition? Is it my sacral? Like, is it my spleen? I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm getting clear responses and I feel like it's coming from a really embodied place. Um, and I'm also aware that I experience my intuition differently than my sacral response because I have a lot of knowing. So I experience that a little bit differently. And that can be more verbal. So anyway, there's all these kind of different nuances, but,
Mhm.
and I think I would say if you want to play around with exploring where you feel it in your body, great, but don't let it hang you up.
Okay.
Okay. It's like a thing that you have to feel or you have to develop, because that's just putting a boulder in your way.
Hmm. That's good. No, that's helpful. That's a good
Okay,
instruction.
good.
Hmm.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons it's great to do these too, is that we're getting to kind of sort out what's going on for people. So I'm happy to do that. So tell me, what topic do you want to talk about today?
So, right. One of the key reasons I took the course is that I have a hard time getting my message out there about what I do. And connected to that, and I'm sure deeply connected to that, is this issue of becoming visible.
Mm-hmm.
There is a strong conditioning in me to not be visible, to not stand out, to not be the tall poppy, to not put myself out there as an expert, even though I have a gajillion hours studying and doing the things that I do. That is really uncomfortable for me to be out there in that way. And then the other piece is that there's these different areas that I work in, Ayurveda, Jyotish, Vedic astrology, dance meditation, which is this embodied movement practice. And then also in there is like some tarot and some Reiki, and I'm trying to write a book. I've got a lot of words on paper for Ayurveda for busy people. And so it's hard for me to figure out like, where should I focus? And also, do I need to focus as a manifesting generator? I like the liberation that has given me, in the sense of I don't necessarily need to just pick one. I like that feeling. But then I also feel like, instead of putting myself out there as like an Ayurvedic practitioner or as a Jyotishi or these specific titles that some people may know and some people may not know, what I'd rather do is kind of move into this area of, just tell me what you need to work on, and I'll use all these different things to like give you my best information, and kind of go into this thing of maybe being a destiny or wellness mentor.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm still like, there's a constellation of a lot of things there, and trying to figure out how to navigate.
Yeah.
What's going to bear fruit.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so I just want to say, we're going to address some of that in the later on in the course.
Mm-hmm.
And I think doing some of the soul signature work that I have would be really beneficial for you, because it's when it comes to working with somebody like yourself, it's really about being able to elevate yourself to become an expert in your own field that you get to define.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's the process is about defining what that field is, and then how you position yourself as the go-to expert in that field. And it can be something like working with people on destiny, or but you want it to come authentically out of your soul signature, and your human design is a component of that. But anyway, so that's a bigger piece, but I just want you to know we're gonna dive into a little bit of that in the course. But you can also, if you want to start working on that, you can go to yoursoulsignature.com and just opt in for a template that I have. And you can start working on that template. And it'll help you with that very topic to start working through that to some degree. So
Okay.
I just want to say that, so that you know that you can have that available to you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. And I'm just gonna put on my timer here. All right, so so do you like chocolate?
I do.
And are you looking forward to the holidays?
Kind of ambivalent. It's not a big deal for me.
Okay, so we want to be
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So that's the point here, is we want to be getting out of the nonverbal and down in the body. Okay. And so connecting with that is key here. Okay. So so you're feeling ambivalent about the holidays?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to give yourself any time to rest over the holidays?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It can be a good time for that, just to take a break and take some time out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you have any particular plans for the holidays?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you excited about those plans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so are you in a white room right now?
It's one wall is green and the other walls are white.
Well, I can only see I can only see
right.
white walls.
I couldn't do the I'm looking at the green and the white.
Okay, great. And do you like all of the different things that you do? All the different, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you really like doing all of them. Mm-hmm. And you want to keep doing all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And would it be right for you to only choose one to promote yourself around?
Mm-mm.
No. So that's not feeling like the right way to go.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Okay. And so would it be right for you to be creative with a different way that you could promote yourself other than your modalities?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so are you willing to believe that there is a way that you could do that would feel authentic to you? Mhm. And willing to explore and play around a little bit to see what might come out of that desire.
Mm-hmm.
And are you interested in trying out some of that soul signature work to see if it helps?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Do you have a fear about getting to be known?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And is that fear based in your own life experience?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay. You're a little in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's my life experience, and I feel a strong past life
Okay.
as well.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask the questions.
Yeah.
But I hear you. I hear you. So you have some of this life experience and some past life. So you feel like you came in with some imprinting around fear of visibility.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And have you already done some work to help clear some of the trauma you may have had from past lives?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So is it easier now than it used to be for you to be visible?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So it's still pretty strong for you, the fear around that. Okay. And is that fear, is there actually any real world reason right now for you to hold on to that fear? Just totally went in your head.
Uh-huh. But I also had a real, body sensation of, oh, that's a big question. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask it another way. So right now, is there any danger in the room you're in right now?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Are you in danger in the town that you're living in right now?
Mm-mm.
Do you feel fairly safe in the town that you're living in?
Again, it's a little
Okay. Do you feel like you would know how to keep yourself safe in the town that you're in?
mm-hmm.
So even if there might be things that are a little bit sketchy in places or at times, you feel like you have a pretty good read on how to keep yourself safe in
Mm-hmm.
town. Okay. And are you willing to practice keeping yourself safe in the town that you live in?
Mm-hmm.
Doing whatever it is that you know you need to do in order to do that. So whether that's avoiding certain areas of town or avoiding being out at certain times of day or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So do you trust yourself to keep yourself safe?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done any work around connecting with the part of you that's afraid?
I went into my head there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little work, but it's not enough.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you have done some, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have done some. Okay. Okay. So good. So you have done some work around working with the part of you that's afraid. Okay. Are you willing to do more work to help that part of you that's afraid feel more secure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And have you ever done work where you create a safe place inside?
I guess not.
Okay. So that's one thing that you might look into is how do you create a safe place, a sanctuary inside where that part that is afraid can live. Okay. So she can feel safe in there. Okay. That's just, and that there's a body of work around that. And I do that kind of work with people. So if you and I do any more work together, that's something I can help you with. But that's just a suggestion. How does that feel when I even say that? Does that feel like something that might be beneficial for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And do you think that you will, is there a part of you that feels that she's going to be killed if she becomes well known?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And so is the fear, um, uh, let me put it this way, is it right for you to let go of the fear of visibility?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Is now the lifetime in which it is right for you to let go of the fear? And even if it was appropriate at other times to be hidden, is now the right time to be visible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And would 2020 be the right time for you to really be bringing yourself out more into the world?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And are you willing to do whatever you need to connect with yourself in order to feel more comfortable being visible.
Mm-hmm.
And are you willing to bring in the resources that you might need in order to make that transition?
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's working with someone or reading something or taking a course or whatever it might be, just some type of support to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you need outside support in order to be able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my timer. So it would be easier for you to do that work with the support of someone or something outside of yourself. Okay, good. So, and are you going to feel better when you've been able to let go of this fear of visibility? Are you going to feel more relaxed? Is your business going to become more successful? Are you going to be able to make more money? Are you going to be able to help more people? Yeah. So are there many reasons why it would be worth it for you to let go of that fear of visibility? And even as you do that, are you going to be able to keep yourself safe? Yeah. Okay, good.
So during that process, I just wanted to reflect that I was trying to stay in the body and just let it do the But to a lot of those questions, my mind was saying no, and coming up with reasons why that's not a good idea, or I don't have time for that now, or I could still, my mind was coming up with a lot of no's and things like that. But I was trying to stay here and let it go.
Exactly. See, and that's great, actually, that you had that experience, because now you get to see the way that you are, the habit of mind is actually in conflict with the wisdom of your body. Right. And so what we're wanting to do here is help you get in touch with that wisdom of your body and realize that your mind, and I'm going to have to go in a minute because I have a call, but is that it's not even your inner intelligence that's giving you the no, it's your inner saboteur who masquerades as logic and reason in order to try to keep you safe, but usually by keeping you really small and quiet.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah. So just know that that's actually a survival archetype that is trying to keep you alive. Right? But it's based on an old program and an old worldview, which doesn't exist anymore. So your task then is to update that and to be able to have more command of your consciousness so that that voice does not play on center stage.
Right.
Yeah. Good work. How's it feel?
Good.
Yeah.
But I signed up for some things that my mind isn't so on board with, but it's interesting. But.
Yeah. Well, and then you get to see, because our minds, they have all kinds of opinions.
Yeah.
But the more that you pull your energy out of that voice, right? It may keep talking, but it gains energy by you giving it attention. So when you pull the energy out of it and stop giving it attention, it'll quiet down. It doesn't mean it'll go away. Over time, it can go away, smaller and smaller and smaller. But it's when we give it attention and when we allow it to take over our perspective, then it's and then if we believe that it's rational and we believe that it's the right thing, right, then we're really in trouble. Because it's that thing about how the mind makes, a wonderful servant and a terrible master. Just remember that.
Yeah.
And your sacral is your connection with your divine, understanding.